Before Bruce Lee, there was Yip Man. You're watching Beyond the Trailers review of The Grandmaster.
His name is Ip Man. Before he trained legends, he had to become one.
Now, I'm sure you've heard the name Wong Kar-wai somewhere. It might not have even totally registered, but when you hear it now, you get that feeling of déjà vu. While as single countries like Russia, Japan, South Korea, and China finally flex enough purchase power to get Hollywood's attention, looks like we American audiences will need to expand our own gaze as well. And while we learn names like Fan Bingbing, who will star in X-Men Days of Future Past, and Han Gang, who will star in Transformers 4, it's time for us to also learn about those who work behind the camera, like Wong Kar-wai. Now, since his feature debut in 1988 with As Tears Go By, he is only on his 10th film. But like many indie directors here in Hollywood, Wong Kar-wai has been dedicated more to the art of film than the business of film. So instead of focusing solely on the silver screen, he's directed many short films, commercials, and music videos. And as a result of his artistic distractions, only had one box office hit, that debut film As Tears Go By. That is, though, until The Grandmaster, which has become his highest-grossing film to date. And to some degree, that's because he's finally factored some business into his art. Now, while creatively Wong Kar-wai maintains his artistic flair, this is arguably his first high-concept film, the story of the man who taught Bruce Lee martial arts. It pretty much sells itself, which is why Wong Kar-wai isn't the only one to think of telling Yip Man's story. In fact, around the time that he was beginning to develop The Grandmaster, another film was being made with the cooperation of Yip Man's family. That film, Yip Man, came out back in 2008, and while not as successful at the box office as The Grandmaster would be years later, still spawned Yip Man 2. It was not the original story, but that sequel that told the story of Bruce Lee's training, which is, that's right, not covered in The Grandmaster either. So why see it? Well, it said The Grandmaster is more of a philosophical film than the straightforward Yip Man, and it does star Tony Leung, who appeared in John Woo's Hard Boiled, as well as Infernal Affairs, which was remade by Martin Scorsese as The Departed. And his co-star is Zhang Ziyi from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Now, where did you hear Wong Kar-wai's name before? He first took to the global stage in 1997 when he won Best Director at Cannes for Happy Together, a film about a Chinese gay couple living as expatriates in Buenos Aires, almost a decade before Brokeback Mountain by fellow Asian director Ang Lee made headlines here in the US. And Cannes would give him another boost in 2006 when he became the first Chinese director to sit on its jury. He's even taken his first shot at Hollywood with 2007's My Blueberry Nights, his English language debut, which debuted at the Cannes Film Festival. Sometimes it's not just studios or producers or the media that make a director a star, but film festivals as well. But Wong Kar-wai does have a producer in his corner, Megan Ellison. The daughter of billionaire Larry Ellison, she's made her name in Hollywood by giving highbrow talent blank checks, with mixed results. Let's see what she got this time.
So at the very end of The Grandmaster, there's this quote from Bruce Lee, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it says, "A true martial artist doesn't live for, but simply lives." And I think that's an excellent way to describe this movie. It really has no narrative goal or narrative through line, strong narrative through line. The movie simply is. And as an American audience member, it took me, I want to say half of the movie, but I think more realistically it's 2/3 of the film, to really kind of get into this kind of storytelling. This is a very difficult movie to watch for, I think, American audiences, because I think this is a very Eastern kind of storytelling, and I suspect a very Wong Kar-wai kind of film, but also I can see what Wong Kar-wai, by the end of the movie you see what Wong Kar-wai is trying to do, and that he's really trying to shoot a movie and tell a story in a way that a martial artist would, that's true to the way those people are. And it's interesting because I think this movie focuses more on the artist part of martial artist. And, you know, by the end of the movie, even though it was hard for me to watch, I ultimately felt that I learned a lot about martial arts. And I was really impressed, and I think I got a really good understanding. I mean, I didn't really know where I was being led for the entire, 2 hours, but I really liked where I ended up. And there are some spectacular fight scenes in this movie. Really well done, very beautiful, really inventively shot. Although it made me wonder if the martial arts fights just at random break out all over China. Like gang fights, street war, like gang fights, it was an interesting idea to think of that. And I don't know if that's kind of a romantic notion that's in the movie or if it's true. because the movie has kind of like a dreamlike, fantasy element to it. So it doesn't really feel like a biography or like a historical film. But I really, really did enjoy it. I thought Tony Leung was fantastic. It's easy to see why he is a movie star in China. He's extremely charismatic. But it's really Zhang Zi's movie, 100%. I thought she was really good. And while I was watching it, I was like, well, you know what? I remembered her from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And it's like, well, I think, why hasn't she inherited the mantle from Michelle Yeoh as a global female martial artist's film star? And it's interesting because I think she's definitely has become a fighter in her own right that's as good as Michelle Yeoh. I think she has a softer look, which I think perhaps might work against her in casting. But I have to say, she doesn't trade off of it in the movie. And it was really refreshing to see a female action hero that doesn't use her sexuality as a weapon, but is still extremely feminine. That was great. She has an amazing fur coat in the movie that was just so cool. So I think for any female audience member out there, I think that you would be really happy with the depiction of this character in the movie. It's really good. One of the best I've seen of a female action hero, or actually a female character in general. Very well done. I really liked it. So I would say for American audiences, you're going to have a tough time with this movie. I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to be a hard movie for you to watch. And I think it'll benefit you to know going in what you're in for. But if you stick with it and you let Wong Kar-wai take you on this journey, I really do believe you'll be as happy where you end up as I was. It made me curious to learn more about martial arts. So I think in that regard, the film has succeeded. And that was, I'm sure, largely what the film was wanting to do. So that's my thoughts on The Grandmaster. Have you seen it? I know it's opened internationally already. So write your thoughts down below. And also, on a side note, Megan Allison is the producer here, and she, has taken a little bit of, as I said in the opening, she's taken a little bit of heat for letting talent do whatever they want and getting mixed results. And I think she definitely let Wong Kar-wai do whatever he wanted. And this film is very successful in China, but I don't know if it'll be successful here in the United States. And, so I think Megan Allison is getting works of art from her talent, but I don't know if that's a way to run a business. Because I think that if this film had been a little bit stronger narrative structure, it could have done very well here, and you might have had a film that kind of made a splash like something like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But I think it's going to be hard for it to cross over to the mainstream at all here in America. So those are my thoughts. Again, write your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll check out these other videos right now.